So we're always doing something here at in the food forest of branching out. We got lots of work to do, and if you've been following along, you know I've been having a little issues with my back, so I've been not doing as much as I probably should. So we're gonna get in here, we're gonna try and trim out some of this. We gotta fill up the small pond. That's what we're gonna get going and get started on. That's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna look around a little bit. I think the gooseberries I hope I didn't miss them, but I think we might be able to grab some gooseberries. And we're gonna check on the blueberries and see how they're doing. And then what we're really gonna concentrate on is we're gonna get up to the weeping mulberry, do a little bit of pruning because the head is kind of very large for a weeping mulberry. It could cause it to snap. It's not uncommon for that to happen, but we're also gonna make some cuttings. So I wanna have a couple more weeping mulberries because they stay very controlled in size. So I really like them, and the berries are delicious. So we're gonna get going on some of the chores, and then we're gonna get up there. We're gonna get some cuttings, which is up near the greenhouse, and then we're gonna go back to the farm there, back to the farmhouse, and we're gonna do some cuttings. So stay tuned. Okay, well we're all trimmed up here. I tried to go down and start the pump, but I noticed that even though we're getting lots of rain, the runoff creek wasn't really flowing, so there's not going to be enough water to really fill up. It won't keep up to the pump, so we'll have to wait. Plan B, we're going to move on. Before we get to those cuttings though, I want to go collect a bunch of lupin seeds, and I love lupins. So we got one over here. We traced out our other pawpaw that I accidentally hit with the brush cutter a year ago or two ago, and it's still living, so try to give it some light anyways. And this one's doing very well, and I just trimmed all the way around, and we got a pecan tree in the back there that's doing okay. So we got to move on. Let's get over to the lupins and we'll collect up some of them. And I wanted to show you what was going on with the plum tree. Well, it looks like I was a little bit late. It happens. They've dropped a lot of their seeds already, so we're gonna try and grab what we can. And like I said, always do what you can, not what you can't, right? So we'll just collect a whole bunch of these and see what we can get out of them. And as you can see, my grape trellis needs a little bit of a trim here. It's getting a little overgrown. Got lots of grapes up in here. These are mostly Concord grapes, which are the nice purple juice grapes. So let's get that cleaned up, show you what it looks like. So there you go, I cleaned up the grape trellis here. Obviously we got a little bit of rhubarb in there, but not much. I'm gonna keep putting rhubarb in here. I'd rather have a huge patch of rhubarb. And then you can have that for chop and drop, you know. Just put all this stuff right back where we got it, let it all die out. And there we go. And we shrunk this side a bit too because it was way out. Obviously you can see right to this about less line here. And we shortened it, that's all. Let's go take a look at those plums. All right, so I have some Santa Rosa plums coming up. And the ones that are purple, sort of, I just picked that one. You can see, oh, if I can get that, there you go. Little worms are eating it. So the spray didn't work. And we'll just have to keep trying, and we'll see how it goes. But there's definitely a lot of little worms in there, so we'll work on it. Next year is definitely my pest control year. This year, again, I'm just trying to finish off the food forest and put more trees in, get them all planted, get all my spaces taken, get all the varieties of fruit I want, and then definitely get in here, clean up, make it easy to cut the grass, you know what I mean? All these paths and stuff like that. Okay, let's go check on those gooseberries because I have a feeling they're a little overripe. So these are some of my gooseberries. I have a few others. I have one plant that's really giving me a hard time. It wants to almost die every year. I don't know why. Maybe it's at its end of its life, I don't know. But there are no gooseberries on here. I must have missed them. I should have had them by now. And oh well. This is the lupins. I don't know how many's in here because I kind of missed that as well. I told myself to get out here and do it and I forgot. And if you just missed like a day or two or even a week, you're gonna miss your opportunity. But there are some pods that aren't opened yet, so we'll get out there, crush that up, and see how many seeds we can get out of it. And we'll put them away, and we'll stratify them up around December, January, so we have them for next fall. or excuse me, next spring. All right, let's go up to the, we're gonna go up to our top here where our weeping willows are, and we're gonna get some cuttings. Okay, you can see how this weeping willow is kind of really heavy on one side here. Now, I like it, but it's so heavy that when the wind catches it, it's really putting a lot of stress on this trunk. And they have been known to snap right off if they get too big. So, I'm over here. We're just gonna cut some of this end stuff off here like this. So that's good, and you can see I have many cuttings. So there's a lot to choose from on this one piece right there. So we're gonna grab a few more, and then we're gonna go up to the farmhouse there, and I'll show you how I propagate them. Okay, what we're doing today is we're gonna take softwood cuttings, which is usually this time of year, June and July. And then if you want to do hardwood cuttings, you would take something like this. That would be a hardwood cutting. And you would go underneath the node and just give her a good little angle just like that. And then you would take off. But you need about 6 inches, maybe 5 to 6 nodes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up here. So we just snip that off. We were using this one. I'm going to snip that off because there's berries on it. And you're going to want to get rid of most of the leaves. So we're going to get rid of almost all of the leaves, and that's what we're going to use for a hardwood cutting. That's what you would do in the fall. But what we're going to do is softwood cuttings, which is almost the same thing. And we're going to take this new growth from this year, and we're going to snip it off. So we're going to take what we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try it right there, and then we're going to snip that leaf off right there. We're going to get these off because you don't need them. In fact, that's a little bit too much, so I'm going to go another node. And then I'm still going to get rid of these leaves because you just don't need these leaves. So we'll leave one on there just to see how they go. Help displace the water absorption. Let's go one more. But yeah, close to the node. And we're going to make a whole bunch of these. And we're going to use sand as a medium. All right, these are all our cuttings. And I would rather use aloe vera for this, only because I see everybody doing mulberries. They're always using aloe vera. Now they're supposed to be easy to propagate. So in 30 days, we're definitely going to do a check and see if that's actually true. So I'm just using a regular root compound. It's not a name brand or whatever. I mean, I'm not sponsoring them. Any rooting hormone can do. Aloe vera, maybe even aspirin and water, and or willow bark tea, which I have a video. Maybe I'll leave it at the end there. But yeah, this is my propagating box. I usually put a lot of my cuttings in this, and I do okay. That's 50-50 shot. And then when I opened it up, it was all dry, but I had this one plant in here. Now I think it's a hascap. I'm not too sure. But whatever it is, it's got a nice little root ball on it. We're going to plant that up first, and then we're going to get at this. So first thing we're going to do, get this in the pot. All right. So we got her in the pot now. So now we're just going to give it a little bit of water. Maybe I don't have any more cedar mulch. So yeah, we'll just throw some in there. We'll let it absorb, then we'll add some more. And this stuff here, I'm going to take this lid off so we can work at this. And again, if you're making your cuttings, don't forget to clean your tools. You don't get any diseases you don't want. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see this, you probably can't. I'll show the angle. This sand in here is compact and dry. I'm just going to mush it up with my hand a little bit. It's right there. Now there is willow bark tea in here because that's what I use to water this. I'm just going to put that in there like that, break it up. I like using sand because it's It's an inert medium, so you don't have to worry about too much about the bacteria and stuff like that that might become in some of the soil. There is a little chance of getting either white mold or even green moss, green mold. Okay, so it's dry. I'll just give you, we'll show you how dry it really is. It's like the Gobi Desert in there. See that? Okay, so we're just gonna add some water. We're gonna moisten that up for sure. Really, we're gonna put it in here, get some of this in here, let it absorb a little bit. You don't want it soaking wet. You just want it moist. All right. Takes a minute to get right down in there, so you have to water this a couple times because normally I would keep it a certain kind of moisture, but it's been drying out in the greenhouse. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna grab these, give them a little dipperoonie in there, and we're just gonna pluck them in, push them down fairly deep, and give them a little pinch. And then what we'll do when we're done is we're gonna water them up again. I'll give them one more little water, and we're gonna leave the lid open just a little bit, but we're gonna put it into a shaded area. So that's what we're gonna do for now. See how they go. And we'll just, okay, so they're all in there now. Now the only thing I gotta do is find a place to put it. So I left a little bit of room because I know I have some blackberries that I'm gonna want to propagate as well. I like blackberries and I want to get as many as I can. So let's go. Before we throw them in the spot, I'm just gonna lightly water them again. Yeah, just give it a little water. It's gonna make it heavier, but so what? All right, I got a nice little spot here. It kind of gets a little bit of sun in the evening. You'll get some ambient light as well. I have a little board on the inside opening it up there and another one keeping it down for the wind. But that's where it's going to stay for now. We'll keep an eye on it, so in case it needs moisture or water, we'll end up coming over here and give it a little bit of water, but we'll be taking care of these because we want to have more mulberry, weeping mulberry in my food forest. So that's about it for this week. If you like that video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up down there. Don't forget to comment. I love chatting with all y'all across the world and sharing ideas. And that's about it. So you guys come back next week. Stay safe, stay hydrated.